Have you ever noticed that some people become strangely uncomfortable when you stop reacting? Not when you argue, not when you defend yourself, not when you explain, but when you become silent. It's almost as if your silence takes away something they need. Toxic people often survive on emotional reactions. They feed on attention, drama, guilt, and control. The moment you stop giving them those things, the entire game changes. And that's why certain quiet behaviors can make toxic people more uncomfortable than any argument ever could. Today, we're exploring 7 silent behaviors toxic people can't handle. Some of them look harmless. Some seem almost invisible. But together they can completely change the way people treat you. Stay until the end because the last behavior is the one most toxic people fear the most. 1. Staying calm. When they want a reaction toxic, people often expect predictable reactions. They insult you. You get angry. They criticize you. You defend yourself. They provoke you. You explode, and once they know your emotional buttons, they can press them whenever they want. But something strange happens when you stay calm. Not fake calm. Real calm. The kind that comes from understanding what's happening. Suddenly, they lose control. Because manipulation works best when emotions take over logic. When someone tries to provoke you and all they receive is a composed response, they realize they no longer control the conversation. This doesn't mean becoming emotionless. It means refusing to hand your emotions to someone who hasn't earned them. Your calmness becomes a mirror. And many toxic people don't like what they see in that reflection. Saying less than necessary. Most people reveal too much. They explain every decision. They justify every action. They defend every opinion. Toxic people love this. The more information they collect, the more material they have to manipulate. But powerful people understand something different. Not every thought needs to be shared. Not every decision requires approval. Sometimes the strongest answer is simply, okay, or I understand, nothing more, nothing less. The less unnecessary information you give, the fewer opportunities others have to twist your words. Toxic people often become frustrated when they can't gather enough information to use against you. Because mystery removes leverage, and leverage is what they depend on. 3. Refusing to join gossip. Here's something few people realize. When someone constantly gossips with you, they're also studying you. They're watching, listening, collecting, trying to see what triggers your judgment, what makes you emotional, what secrets you're willing to share. Toxic people often use gossip as a social weapon. It creates alliances. It creates division. It creates drama. But when you quietly refuse to participate, something interesting happens. You become unpredictable. You become difficult to manipulate. And most importantly, you become trustworthy. People may forget your words, but they rarely forget the person who refused to speak badly about others behind their backs. Toxic individuals often dislike this because gossip is one of their favorite tools. And you're refusing to pick it up. 4. Setting boundaries. Without explaining, many people think boundaries require long explanations. They don't. A boundary is not a debate, it's a decision. For example, I'm unavailable tonight. No, I won't be doing that. Notice something. No lengthy justification, no apology, no emotional speech, just clarity. Toxic people often expect you to feel guilty for protecting your time, energy, and peace. They want explanations because explanations create openings. Openings create negotiations, and negotiations create opportunities for manipulation. But when your boundary is calm and firm, they suddenly realize there's no door left open. And that can be incredibly frustrating for someone used to controlling others. 5. Becoming comfortable being alone. One of the biggest sources of power is the ability to enjoy your own company. Why? Because people can only use loneliness against you if you're afraid of being alone. 6. Improving quietly. Most people announce every goal, every plan, every dream. But there's a different kind of power in moving silently. Think about it. Imagine someone who spends months learning new skills, building discipline, improving their mindset, working on themselves, without posting about it, without seeking validation, without telling everyone. Then one day the results appear. People are shocked. Toxic individuals often hate this because they prefer seeing your weaknesses. They prefer knowing exactly where you stand. 7. Walking away without drama. This is the behavior toxic people struggle with most. Many toxic individuals expect one final fight, one last argument, one emotional goodbye, one dramatic scene. Why? Because drama keeps them connected to you. Even negative attention is still attention. The truth is, toxic people don't fear loud people as much as they fear emotionally disciplined people. People who stay calm, people who set boundaries, people who refuse gossip, people who grow quietly, people who can walk away. Because these behaviors cannot be easily manipulated, and perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. Sometimes power isn't speaking louder. Sometimes power is becoming so secure within yourself that silence says everything. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment. Silence is power. And don't forget to subscribe for more psychology, human behavior, and dark truth.